We are living in an age of profound paradox. We possess more time-saving technologies than any generation in history. Yet we report feeling more rushed, fragmented, and chronically busy than ever before. This sense of busyness is more than a full calendar, it is an internal state. A quality of mind that is perpetually scattered, distracted, and oriented towards the next thing. We eat while scrolling, walk while talking, listen while planning our response. Our bodies are in one place, but our minds are almost always somewhere else, ruminating on the past, rehearsing the future, and rarely, if ever, at home in the present moment. The Buddhist tradition has a beautifully apt term for this state, kapi sata, the monkey mind. Like a monkey swinging restlessly from branch to branch, our attention leaps from thought to thought, from worry to desire, from distraction to distraction, never settling, never truly at peace. This incessant mental motion is the root of so much of our modern stress, anxiety, and feelings of disconnection. Into this context, the practice of mindfulness, or sati in the original Pali language, arrives not as another demanding task to be added to our overflowing to-do list. This is a crucial and often misunderstood point. Mindfulness is not a practice of doing more, it is a practice of transforming the quality of what we are already doing. It is not about finding extra time in your day to meditate, it is about inhabiting the time you already have with a fuller, richer, and more compassionate awareness. It is the gentle but radical act of showing up for your own life. This article is intended as a deep and practical guide to this transformative art. We will move beyond the formal meditation cushion and explore a treasure trove of simple, accessible, and profound exercises designed to be integrated directly into the chaotic flow of a busy life. We will discover how mundane and often overlooked moments, the first sip of coffee, the walk to the car, the act of washing a dish, can become potent opportunities for practice. By weaving these threads of awareness into the fabric of our daily routines, we begin a quiet revolution. We do not stop the world from being busy, but we stop our minds from being held captive by it. We learn to find stillness not by escaping our lives, but by turning towards them with an open and attentive heart. Part 1. Redefining the practice, beyond the cushion. Before we explore the specific exercises, it is essential to establish a clear understanding of what mindfulness truly is. Moving beyond the often diluted definitions prevalent in popular culture, this foundation will inform the spirit with which we approach every practice that follows. What is mindfulness, sati? At its core, as taught by the Buddha, sati is a particular way of paying attention. It is characterized by two key qualities. It is in the present moment. Mindfulness is the deliberate act of bringing our awareness to what is happening right now, not 5 minutes ago, not 10 minutes from now, but in this immediate, unfolding experience. It is non-judgmental. This is perhaps the most challenging and transformative aspect of the practice. We learn to observe our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations as they are, without labeling them as good or bad, right or wrong. We simply notice them with a kind, impartial, and spacious curiosity, much like a scientist observing a natural phenomenon. In the context of the Noble Eightfold Path, the Buddha's blueprint for liberation, this practice is called samma sati, right mindfulness. It is a cornerstone of the entire path, because without this capacity to see our experience clearly and without judgment, we remain trapped in our conditioned, habitual reactions. Formal versus informal practice, the gym and the playing field. The cultivation of mindfulness can be divided into two complementary domains. Formal practice. This is the time we intentionally set aside to train the mind. Typically in a seated, walking, or lying down meditation, this is our gym. Here, we systematically exercise the muscle of our attention, strengthening its ability to stay focused and to observe experience with clarity. Informal practice. This is the application of mindfulness in the midst of our daily lives. This is the playing field. It is the moment-to-moment practice of bringing that trained awareness to everything we do. This is the focus of our current exploration. The two are inextricably linked. Formal practice builds the capacity for mindfulness, and informal practice allows that capacity to permeate and transform our entire life. Without informal practice, our time on the cushion remains an isolated and sterile experience. The true goal, from reactivity to response, It is a common misconception that the goal of mindfulness is to empty the mind, stop all thoughts, or enter a permanent state of blissful calm. This is an unrealistic and unhelpful aim that often leads to frustration. The true goal is far more subtle and profound. It is to change our relationship with our experience. Our default mode is one of unconscious reactivity. A stressful email arrives, stimulus. And before we know it, our heart is pounding, our jaw is clenched, and our mind is racing, reaction. We are on autopilot, driven by deeply ingrained patterns. Mindfulness inserts a sacred pause between stimulus and reaction. In that pause, we have the opportunity to see what is happening clearly. We can notice the anxious thoughts, feel the tension in the body, and acknowledge the difficult emotion. This awareness gives us freedom. It allows us to move from unconscious reactivity to a conscious response. We can choose to take a breath, to soften our body, and to approach the situation with greater wisdom and less inner turmoil. This is the liberating power of informal practice. Part 2. The anchor of being, foundational, anytime, anywhere, practices. These are the core tools of informal mindfulness. They are portable, require no special equipment, and can be practiced in seconds, serving as powerful anchors that can bring us back to the present moment anytime, anywhere. 1. The 3-breath reset, a micro-meditation. This is perhaps the most versatile and immediately effective practice. It can be done before a meeting, in a line at the store, or anytime you feel your stress levels rising. It takes less than a minute. The practice. The first breath. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you do, bring your full attention to your body. Notice your posture. Feel the points of contact your body is making with the chair or the floor. As you exhale, simply be aware of the physical presence of your body. This first breath is about arriving. The second breath. Take another slow, deep breath in, and as you do, gently scan your body for any obvious areas of tension, a tight jaw, raised shoulders, a clenched stomach. As you exhale, consciously invite those areas to soften and release. You are not forcing relaxation, but simply giving the body permission to let go. This second breath is about softening. The third breath. Take a final deep breath in, and as you do, expand your awareness to include the space around you. Notice the quality of the light, the ambient sounds, the feeling of the air on your skin. As you exhale, feel yourself present in your environment, connected and aware. This third breath is about expanding. The principle. This practice is a rapid induction into mindfulness of the body, Gautam. In just 3 breaths, you have moved from being lost in thought to being grounded in your physical reality. Scientifically, this deliberate, slow breathing is a direct command to your nervous system. It stimulates the vagus nerve, activating the parasympathetic, rest and digest, response and down-regulating the sympathetic, fight or flight, response. 2. The STOP technique, a portal through the senses. This acronym provides a simple, memorable structure for stepping out of autopilot. The practice. S. Stop. Whatever you are doing. Just for a moment. Pause. You don't have to stop for long. Just long enough to interrupt the momentum of your activity. T. Take a breath. Take one conscious, intentional breath. Feel the air enter and leave your body. This breath serves as the bridge from doing to being. O. Observe. Open your awareness to your present moment sensory experience. What is happening right now? Seeing. Without turning your head. Just notice what your eyes are seeing. The color of your computer screen. The texture of the desk. The light coming through the window. See it without judgment, as if for the first time. Hearing. Open your ears to the soundscape around you. The hum of the air conditioner. The distant traffic. The sound of your own breathing. Let the sounds wash through you without needing to label or analyze them. Feeling. Notice the physical sensations. The feeling of your feet on the floor. The clothes against your skin. The air temperature. Any areas of tightness or ease in your body. P. Proceed. Having briefly reconnected with the present moment, you can now return to your activity. Proceed with a renewed sense of awareness and intention. The principle. The mind can easily get lost in abstract thought. But the senses only operate in the present. You cannot hear a sound from 5 minutes ago or feel a sensation in the future. By intentionally grounding your awareness in sight, sound, and feeling, you are yanking the mind out of its time-traveling tendencies and anchoring it firmly in the here and now. Part 3. Transforming the mundane, weaving mindfulness into daily routines. The true genius of informal practice lies in its ability to transform the most mundane, repetitive, and often overlooked parts of our day into rich opportunities for practice. The goal is not to add new activities, but to bring a new quality of attention to the activities we are already doing. 1. The mindful morning. Waking up to your life. How we begin our day often sets the tone for the hours that follow. A mindful morning can be a powerful antidote to a frantic day. The first moments of wakefulness, before you reach for your phone, before you even get out of bed, take 1 minute. Feel the texture of the sheets against your skin. Notice the weight of your body on the mattress. Take 3 conscious breaths, feeling your belly rise and fall. You are starting the day by connecting with yourself, not with the world's demands. Mindful brushing. When you brush your teeth, instead of planning your day in your head, bring your full attention to the act itself. Feel the weight of the toothbrush in your hand. Notice the sensation of the bristles on your teeth and gums. Hear the sound. Taste the flavor of the toothpaste. The mindful shower. A shower can be a full-body sensory meditation. Feel the temperature of the water on your skin. Notice the sensation as it cascades over your head, your shoulders, your back. Smell the scent of the soap or shampoo. Listen to the sound of the water. For these few minutes, your only job is to be fully present for the experience of showering. The first sip of coffee or tea. This daily ritual is a perfect opportunity for a pause. Before you take the first sip, hold the warm mug in your hands and feel its warmth. Bring it to your nose and inhale the rich aroma. Then, take the first sip consciously. Notice the flavor, the temperature, the sensation as it fills your mouth. Savor this one sip, this one moment, before the rush of the day begins. 2. Mindfulness in transit, the journey, not just the destination. Our commutes are often a source of immense stress. Mindfulness can transform them into a space for practice. Mindful walking, kankama. This is a classic Buddhist practice. As you walk to your car, from the bus stop, down a hallway, bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Feel the sensation of each foot making contact with the ground, the heel striking, the foot rolling, the toes pushing off. You don't need to walk slowly or strangely. Just bring your awareness to this simple, rhythmic, grounding sensation. Mindful driving, commuting. Use the inevitable, dead time of your commute. When you stop at a red light, let that be your cue to take one conscious breath and feel your hands on the steering wheel. Instead of getting lost in angry thoughts about the traffic, use the sounds of the road as an object of meditation. Listen to the hum of your engine, the sounds of other cars, the rain on the windshield, all as a neutral soundscape, without judgment. 3. Mindfulness at work. Finding presence amidst the pressure. The workplace is where many of us feel the most busy and stressed. It is also a rich field for practice. The mindful task transition. In our multitasking world, we often carry the residue of one task into the next. When you finish an email or a phone call, pause, take 3 conscious breaths, intentionally close the mental tab on the task you just completed before turning your full attention to the next one. This creates clarity and reduces mental clutter. Mindful listening. During a conversation or meeting, practice the art of deep listening. Instead of formulating your response while the other person is speaking, bring your full attention to their words, their tone of voice, their body language. Listen with the intention to understand, not just to reply. This not only reduces your own mental chatter but also transforms the quality of your relationships. This is the heart of right speech, samavaka. The mindful lunch break. For so many, lunch is a mindless act of refueling while scrolling through a phone or working at a desk. For 1 or 2 meals a week, try to eat mindfully. Put away the screens. Just eat. Look at your food, noticing the colors and textures. Smell its aroma. When you take a bite, chew slowly and savor the flavors. Notice the act of swallowing. This simple practice can reconnect you to your body's signals of hunger and fullness and be a true oasis of calm in the middle of your day. 4. Mindfulness in domestic chores. Finding Zen in the everyday. Chores like washing dishes or folding laundry are often seen as drudgery to be rushed through. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh famously said, "If you can't wash the dishes mindfully, you won't be able to do anything else in your life mindfully." Washing the dishes. As you wash the dishes, Bring your full attention to the sensory experience. Feel the warmth of the water on your hands. Notice the slippery texture of the soap. See the bubbles form and pop. Hear the sound of the water and the clink of the plates. Your task is not just to get clean dishes. Your task is to be fully present for the act of washing. Part 4. The heart of the practice, relational mindfulness. Mindfulness is not just about our relationship with our own internal world. It profoundly impacts our relationship with others. The loving kindness, metta. Pause. When you encounter someone during your day, a difficult colleague, a frustrated customer, a stranger on the street, take a moment to silently and sincerely wish them well. A simple phrase like, "May you be peaceful," or "May you be happy," can be repeated in your mind. This is not about condoning their behavior, but about protecting your own heart from the poison of ill will, dosa. It is a powerful practice for dissolving interpersonal stress. Cultivating gratitude. In a busy life, our attention is naturally drawn to problems and what is lacking. Gratitude is the intentional act of shifting our attention to what is present and good. At some point in your day, perhaps while waiting for a file to download or at the end of the workday, make it a practice to silently name 3 small things you are grateful for. They don't have to be monumental. I am grateful for the warmth of my sweater. I am grateful for the taste of that apple at lunch. I am grateful for the moment of quiet I had this morning. This simple act can fundamentally shift your perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Part 5. The spirit of the practice, overcoming obstacles with kindness. The path of informal mindfulness is not without its challenges. It is crucial to approach these obstacles not as signs of failure, but as part of the practice itself. The challenge: I keep forgetting. The wisdom: you will forget. You will get lost in thought hundreds, perhaps thousands of times a day. This is not a mistake. The practice is not about never forgetting. The practice is about the moment you remember. That moment of remembering, "Oh, I've been lost in thought," is the moment of mindfulness. It is a moment of awakening. Instead of scolding yourself, celebrate it gently. "Ah, there I am. I'm back." The challenge: I don't have time. The wisdom: this is the great illusion. These practices do not take extra time. They transform the quality of the time you are already in. A 3-breath reset takes 30 seconds. Mindfully walking to your car takes 0 extra time. The issue is not a poverty of time, but a poverty of attention. The challenge: I'm too stressed for this. The wisdom: this is like saying, "I'm too sick to go to the doctor." Mindfulness is not about forcing a feeling of calm on top of stress. It is about learning to be with the feeling of stress without judgment. It is about holding the difficult sensations in a spacious, kind awareness. The breath becomes an anchor in the storm, not a magic carpet to fly away from it. This is the path to true resilience. The role of self-kindness, karuna, the attitude you bring to these exercises is everything. If you approach them with striving, ambition, or self-criticism, you will only add another layer of stress to your life. The foundation of all mindfulness practice is a gentle, compassionate, and forgiving attitude toward yourself. You are training a wild, monkey mind, and it requires immense patience and kindness, not a whip. Conclusion: the journey of 1,000 moments. A busy life is a life composed of countless small moments. The path of informal mindfulness teaches us that liberation from the tyranny of busyness is not found by radically changing the content of our lives, but by radically changing our relationship to each of these moments. The simple exercises explored here, breathing, sensing, walking, eating, listening, are not trivial. They are potent seeds. When planted consistently in the soil of our daily lives, they grow into a mighty tree of presence, resilience, and peace. They do not eliminate the challenges of our life, but they transform our capacity to meet them. The journey of awakening is not a destination we arrive at after years of formal practice on a cushion. It is a journey that unfolds in the here and now. In the midst of our beautiful, messy, and busy lives, it unfolds in the single, conscious breath taken at a red light. It unfolds in the moment of truly tasting our morning coffee. It unfolds in the choice to listen with our full being. Each mindful moment is a thread of gold, and by weaving them together, we create a rich and luminous tapestry, transforming a life of frantic doing into a life of profound and joyful being.